David, nice to see you in Russia. It's your first time here. What was your reaction when you got the proposition to fight here? Did you make the decision quickly, or did you have any doubts in your mind?
No doubts. I just had to make sure that it was the best thing for me in my career. I'm in a stage in my career where I'm trying to really show the fighter that I really am. And I wanted to make sure that I ended up with an organization and people who are going to allow me to be able to show the things that I have, at that level of professionalism that I'm used to, So I waited. I had many offers from different people, and I said no. And when RCC contacted me, and through people, I was very excited about it. We did extensive research on the organization, and we were excited about the opportunity to go and be able to demonstrate the product.
You said that you always want to fight the big fighters, the strong fighters. What makes you think that Шлеменко is one of those?
Oh, he's absolutely one of those. He was Bellator champion.
Yeah.
He's knocked out many different people consecutively with the same moves, and he has many fights, so he's been fighting for a long time. These are the kind of fights that make me excited to get to train and train hard, the way that I need to train.
He actually lost, I think, 4 of his last 5 or 6 bouts, as far as I remember. Doesn't it make you think that he's probably on the down wave of his career now?
I never underestimate any of my opponents. Everybody is maximum threat until the threat is neutralized.
And what his best qualities as a fighter?
His toughness, his mental toughness. He will never quit.
And he's famous in Russia not just for his toughness inside the octagon, but also with his toughness of how he fights against the drinking alcohol. He's the best. I mean, he's the toughest opponent of any alcoholic. He thinks that people should never drink any of it. And he actually, once it was a case, then he even destroyed the bottle of beer, because we have Alexandra, the UFC champion, and he used to make a commercial with the beer, and he said this is shitty stuff, and he destroyed the bottle. Do you support that position that people should not drink at all, or you think that it can be affordable in some cases, not much?
No, drinking destroys your faculties. There's nothing that's beneficial, no nutritional value from drinking. There's nothing that you're going to be able to gain. So I completely agree with his stance. This is somebody who came from a place in my past where I had an issue with drinking. My grandfather died from drinking.
Okay.
So this is nothing. This is what it is going to bring: dysfunction, death, confusion, a lot of different things. So I support. You don't need this.
Do you personally drink alcohol? Maybe on holidays? Never.
No,
not at all.
Nothing.
Okay. And my next question will be about Khabib against Tony Ferguson fight, which is going to take place, I think, maybe in April or something. What's your opinion on that?
Khabib is tough. Tony Ferguson is tough. I think the best man is going to win. Khabib has demonstrated so far that he has a very impenetrable style of fighting, and it's very difficult for his opponents to prepare for him.
Yeah.
And underneath the stress of the fight, he's able to dominate them because they're not used to these things. So
you think Khabib will be favored to win that?
I believe so, absolutely. But I think that Ferguson has a chance because he's crazy.
And the last one is that Conor McGregor was in Russia, I think, 1 month ago, and he said something like, all the Dagestanis people are chickens, they always run from the big fights, stuff like that. What the reaction of would be in the USA if Conor would have said something like, all the Indians are chickens? Well, Dagestans got very offended about those words. And what the reaction of, for example, Native American Indians will be if Conor would have said something like that?
What his reaction? What would my reaction be if he said something like that?
Yeah, your reaction as well. Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, this is his opinion, and you have the power to be able to project your energy in any direction. I don't think that the Dagestanians are cowards or that they're warriors, man. And they have a long history of demonstrating these things. They're tremendous athletes and very tough mentally, and they train very hard. I respect them, you know. So somebody else may not feel the same way. They can have their opinion, and I don't believe these things.
And the last question is that 1 month ago it was UFC 244, I think, in New York, and Donald Trump stepped down into the octagon, and half of the public was supporting him, the other half were booing him. What would your reaction be if you were there that night?
You know, I would just, you know, be there to watch the fights, you know what I mean? This is one thing that I'm more so keeping my focus on, and, you know, this is what I'm good at, you know, so I would have just, like, you know, seen him and, you know, and then I would have went back to the fights, you know.
No booing? Nothing?
No, I'm not going to boo or do anything like this, you know.
Okay, thank you very much, and good luck.
Thank you.